The Sportsocracy.
You are a regular nuclear meltdown. You better cool off.
We are back in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. It's 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. It's a football Friday.
I feel like we should give a shout-out to whoever it is made this tremendous. I'm not sure what that is. Was it Finest Deli? Is that what you said?
Finest Deli, 794 Haywood Road. They're apparently a brand new sandwich shop, and our lovely business manager, Megan, just brought us the chopped cheese sandwich.
It's so good.
And oh my.
It's so good.
Oh my.
I had a big mouthful as the mic turned on. So.
Yeah. Imagine like a chopped up hamburger on a hoagie roll.
Oh, it's so good.
It's got it's so good. It's like a backyard burger just chopped up and put on a big old bun.
You know what else is so good?
Well done, Finest. Well done.
You know what else is so good?
What's that?
Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah, Wild Card Weekend's going to be big. We have WWNC, our sister station, News Radio 570, WWNC, carrying the first game of playoff weekend, Wild Card Weekend. The LA Rams and the Carolina Panthers. And the only thing that I have heard, obviously working on the news side, is if you're going to the game, good luck. Take a poncho and be ready to evacuate the stadium a couple of times because it's going to be gross. It's going to be raining. There'll be thunderstorms. There could be lightning delays. There could be a manner of things playing right into the hands of the Carolina Panthers, who are looking for the biggest upset of the weekend.
Pack your galoshes. I am curious if you see this game the same way I do. I'm starting to get a steady pool of angina if I'm the Los Angeles Rams.
Okay.
Do you remember the first time we played this game?
Sure.
What was the weather outside?
It's gross.
Oh, the weather outside was frightful. Matthew Stafford was not so delightful.
No.
And since they had no place to go, they went home with an L, with an L, with an L. I'll take Carolina to cover this number. In a gross fest, no doubt I will take Carolina to cover this number. I will still take LA to win. But I think this game is way closer than everybody else does.
You lost me at the hook.
10.5?
10.5 is – I can't do it. L.A. Rams, I'm with you. I think the safer play here is Carolina to cover. But if you're going safe, Rams in the money line. 10.5 points is too much, especially if it's going to be as gross as they're saying it's going to be. Now, it could be one of those where, it rains for a few hours in the morning, and then it clears up, and it dries out a bit, and then it comes back and rains. So it may not completely be a slog fest on the field itself. We'll just have to wait and see. They have, years back, they used to have a bunch of drainage issues at Bank of America Stadium. They have cleaned those up quite nicely over the last few years, so I'm not really worried about that per se. I think the Rams come in here with a whole lot of pressure. Do I think it really matters to them? Not really. I don't know that you come in thinking, oh, God, we lost this game 6 weeks ago and blah, blah, blah. Playoffs just mean so much more.
The thing that would scare me, and I finally tangibly have this. I've teased this for about 2 years. I finally have the stats on Matthew Stafford in weather games.
Oh, good.
So this year they've had, or in this calendar year, I should say, they've had 2 real weather games.
Okay.
The first one was against Carolina. Matthew Stafford was 18 of 28, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He was sacked twice. Last year, last game of the season, the one that they got beat in the playoffs, they played the Philadelphia Eagles. Matthew Stafford was 26-44, 324 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 5 times. In his career, Matthew Stafford has played 9 games. This is outside of these 2 because I finally found it notated.
Yeah.
This was before the Philadelphia game. That's the reason I gave this 2 separate. He's 1-8 in games with either heavy rain or snow. 54% completion percentage, 54.6. 14 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and a 76 passer rating. He is not good in these situations. You add that to what I saw out of him against the Atlanta Falcons in the last real game they played. Yes, I have a healthy fear of what I'm going to see out of the Rams. That's the negative. Now here's the positive. Carolina's very bad against the run. I think Kyren Williams is going to eat them up. I really do. If I was playing this weekend in DraftKings, Kyren Williams is the first player I'm putting in.
Yeah.
I don't want Puka. I don't want Davante Adams. I want Kyren Williams.
Right. Playing the Saturday slate, though, I'd have to imagine you'd have to pay up for him if you're playing DFS.
He's probably a little expensive. I'll say he's not crazy. The thing that will keep his price down is Blake Corum. Because Corum could be a touchdown sniper.
He could be. I think this, obviously the weather will drive this into a who can put it together on the ground game. And we've seen Carolina be able to play that game earlier this year. I'm looking back at the Packer game. Right, you just hold the ball, limit the opportunities, just don't make mistakes. It's going to be real damn hard for Bryce Young not to make mistakes in weather against a team that's throwing Jared Verse in his face. I don't like that for the Carolina Panthers. If this was a 9.5-point spread, I'm all over the LA Rams. You give me 10.5 though, and I'm not willing to go that far because I could in my mind I've got 2010 going through my head because the offense is just not going to be as great. It's not going to be as explosive as LA wants it to be in that kind of weather.
The weather just mitigates what you would be afraid of. So if this game was played on a bluebird day, it's 70 degrees, it's sunny, there's no wind. You look at this and go, Matthew Stafford with Puka Nacua and Davante Adams is going to eat you alive. With the weather being what it is, possibly also with some breaks. Now, this is a way for Tank and I to look at those who are young, the young men of the world, if you will, and go, at 38 years old, we don't start and stop so hot. So if there is a weather delay, that's really non-beneficial to Matthew Stafford.
Especially in the weather.
Because, you get all stove up, and that's the problem. I'm all stove up. I can't feel my feet, and it's not good. I don't like it. That's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't think this could have set up any better for Carolina. You have absolutely no pressure. You come in here and give me 45-0, nobody's going to care. The weather sets up perfectly for you. Now, the question is how, if you're Carolina, can you activate all of these advantages? I mean, you're going to have to be able to run the ball because if Matthew Stafford's throwing in it, so is Bryce Young.
Oh, yeah.
Bryce has never been great in weather games either.
That's what I fear for the Panthers is they will not be able to get anything going offensively because I'm just loading up the box because I don't feel you threaten me deep.
They have to be able to get Rico and Chuba more going than they did the first time because I don't think they're going to win another game the same way they did against them the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, Rico Dowdle averaged 3.2 yards carried the first time. He had 18 carries, 58 yards.
Wasn't that the game that Chuba came back, though?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the game that Rico had 7,000 yards in the last 2 weeks. And they're like, oh, well, we got Chuba now. We can run him. Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Why did you do that?
Chuba Hubbard's another one of those.
Biting you, though.
I feel like, do you have pictures of somebody doing something terrible with like a horse or a raccoon or something? Because that's really the only thing that explains to me that two coaching staffs have looked at him and gone, yeah, let's 3.8 yards of carry. Let's go.
He's a fine
block. He couldn't block Megan.
He's a fine little, bowling ball.
Yeah, is he though?
I mean, like I said, fine.
To me, Chuba Hubbard is Michael Turner if Michael Turner had been hit in the head with a hammer right before he started playing in the NFL.
Okay.
It's every negative I can say about a running back. But you're going to need him. I mean, the ideal game plan for me for Carolina is that Bryce Young throws it no more than 24 times.
Agreed.
It would really make me feel hunky-dunky if he could go 18 of 24 for about $145, a touchdown, and not be sacked more than 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Chuba and Rico combined for 36 carries. You break those up however you want to.
Mm-hmm.
168 yards and 2 touchdowns. If I could look at the box score today for tomorrow, and you told me those 2 things happened, I would say the Carolina Panthers are, with those 2 things, you're favored. I can't say you're going to win because they are better than you.
Yeah.
And there are still things in that I didn't say.
I was going to say, I can't really see a path of anything happening.
Oh, I can. I see a path
to make you a favorite.
I see a path Carolina wins this game. I see, and I can draw a.
Anything's possible.
This ain't. There's 17 contingencies. Nah, dog. It's gonna rain, and it's, in the words of Ollie Williams, it's raining sideways. That's what it's gonna be all day long.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford is terrible in these games.
Mm-hmm. Best case
and
scenario.
It's West Coast team coming east.
Best case scenario. Scattered thunderstorms. That's the most important portion of this. Scattered thunderstorms. You might catch a break. And if you catch a break and the field's not too gross and it's not, because lightning shows up, everybody's leaving the stadium. If the heaviest rain comes then and then clears out and then you got, partly cloudy skies after that, maybe a little, misty, fine. I think that's going to be just fine. That'll be just fine for the LA Rams. Your worst case scenario is a deluge that just destroys your footing. It slows the pace of the game. Not that you can't play that game, because you can with Kyron Williams, and that's why Jeremy said load up Kyron Williams, because they would have to play that game. But I think even playing that game, they're still so much better than the Carolina Panthers that I can't foresee Carolina doing it to them again, because there's that level of this as well of, yeah, well, that wasn't a playoff game. We've got a lot more to prove.
No
doubt. We're the Rams coming in here.
I look at all of the things going my way, which is I've got a West Coast team coming east.
Mm-hmm.
It is the earliest game, which, yes, it's 4:30, not 1 o'clock, so it's not like they feel like they're playing at breakfast time.
Yep.
But it is still, you got jet lag. You've got all of the different things that play into that. We're an hour east, or an hour west, of Bank of America Stadium, hour and a half. I'm looking out the window right now going, it doesn't look real hunky-dunky out there, and this game kicks off in 28 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't just think it's going to rain. I think it's going to start raining early.
Mm-hmm.
This gets real slick track because Bank of America, I would say it's top 5 worst stadiums in America for when it rains, because that track it turns into a horse track fast.
Mm-hmm.
And you add all those things together. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers plus the 10.5. What is the total on this game? I don't have it in front of me.
I clicked off of it, of course, like a dumbass. 45.5.
I'll go under the 45.5. And I think both of those are pretty safe.
I'm heavy on the under. 45.5.
Sharp money is lightly on the under. You got about a 10% prop on the money to the tickets.
Yeah.
But it's 2-1 over.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me like the under even better.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's,
go the other way.
You looked at the Rams and went, they score a lot of points and the Panthers aren't good. And then you didn't look at anything else.
Didn't look at a single thing else. We're both in lockstep on this one.
Let me tell you another weird anomaly that I can't really wrap my brain around.
What's that?
What would you say the money is on the money line? Percentage breakdown.
I'll go 60-40 Rams.
It's 50-50.
Really?
What do you think the breakdown of tickets is?
70-30 Panthers.
93-7 Rams.
Whoa.
There is some heavy, big girl. Got your big girl panties on money on the Carolina Panthers. I'm telling you, I know it sounds crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They already beat them once, and I'm not going to say they win this game. I think Carolina has the ball in their hand with a chance to score with under 5 minutes to go.
Chance to win.
I'll go 2017 Rams, and it is taking everything in my power not to say Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. All right, you are in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. You want to hear the Carolina Panthers take on the LA Rams on Sunday. Tune over to our sister station, News Radio 570 WWNC. Pre-game starts at 3:30. Kickoff set for 4:30. That is the first of the doubleheader on a wild card Saturday. Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears in Chicago. Can Green Bay continue to be their daddies? We'll talk about that up next here on ESPN Asheville.